Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. It is 3 o'clock. I call the meeting to order. Arlene?
Yes. Commissioner Viscara,
Here.
Commissioner Stuyvesant,
Here.
Commissioner Joseph,
Present.
Vice Mayor Lama,
Here.
and Mayor Svechin.
Here.
We have one.
Great. Thank you. All right, let's go with the first item, 2A.
First item, I just want to note, Mayor, item 2B has been deferred.
Okay.
Okay, so for special presentations, item 2A, proclamation presented for National Senior Citizens Day.
All right.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of the Commission. It is with great pride and even greater joy that I stand before you today, joined by just a few of the many remarkable individuals who embody the spirit of what we're here to celebrate, Senior Citizens Day. First established in 1988, this day was created to honor, celebrate, and recognize the pillars of our community, our seniors. It reminds us of the lasting impact older adults continue to have both around the world and here in Sunny Isles Beach. Today, we also recognize the power of connection, engagement, and wellness. From vibrant social gatherings like Spring Fling and Holiday Ball, to enriching learning activities such as senior tech classes, to our growing roster of health and wellness programs, what our programs offer is truly exceptional, and it's all for each and every one of you. These programs do more than fill a calendar. They enhance the quality of life for the nearly 375 seniors we proudly serve each year through our Gateway Center, what has truly become a home away from home for many. Their presence and participation reminds us that the best is still to come. On behalf of myself, Rakila Stanley, your program coordinator, Kimberly Brown, your program specialist, and the entire city of Sunny Isles Beach, we thank you. We appreciate you, and above all, we celebrate each and every one of you. Members of the Commission, after the reading of the proclamation, I'd like to warmly invite you down to take a photo with myself as well as all of my family members.
That's very sweet, Jonathan. I want to say that I probably speak on behalf of all of those of your family when I say that you have done a remarkable job in the programming for the seniors, and I appreciate it. I don't think you ever met former Commissioner Roz Breslin, because I don't think you were here yet, but you know, it's truly turned into the vision that she had, and I know that they love it, and we really appreciate it. So thank you, and thank all of you for your
I'll second.
participation. Does anyone else have anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, just thank you very much. I mean, it's always a pleasure to see our adored senior citizens, our friends, being involved in the activities. I see them and I'm happy, and you're the engine behind that. So big round of applause to you and to the staff, because you really turned it up, and you made it a lot better. And I'm always amazed that there's always things, and you're always improving on the programs that are already great. So for that, I want to, from the bottom of my heart, give you a big thank you. And thank you to our residents who are participating, active, getting together among each other and being social. So that's what it's all about. So thank you very much to you too. Yeah.
I think since we have so many people, maybe we stay up here,
Okay.
and then you all figure out how you're gonna get everyone in the picture, or maybe we stand this way and you take the picture from here. You can do it that way. Okay.
We're not gonna read the resolution. I'm sorry, the proclamation.
Bring it down, and then we'll come down as well. We'll come down and then we'll have
So Rakila, Kimberly, could you join me up here?
Right. bubbles. All right. Whereas August 19th, is this on? 1988, President Ronald Reagan signed Proclamation 5847 declaring August 21st, 1988 as National Senior Citizens Day. And whereas President Reagan proclaimed this day as such with the sentiment for all they have achieved throughout life and for all they continue to accomplish, we owe older citizens our thanks and our heartfelt salutes. And whereas the number of Americans aging 65 and older is projected to increase from 58 million in 2022 to 82 million by 2050, a 47% increase, and the group's share of the total population is projected to rise from 17% to 23%. And whereas the city of Sunny Isles Beach has a population of older citizens who deserve recognition for their contributions to our community. And whereas the city appreciates the value of inclusion and support in helping older adults successfully contribute to and benefit from their communities. And whereas the city encourages all to demonstrate gratitude and esteem by ensuring that our communities are good places in which to mature and grow older, places in which seniors can participate to the fullest and can find encouragement, acceptance, assistance, and services they need to continue to lead lives full of independence and dignity. Now, therefore, do I, Larissa Svechin, as mayor and on behalf of the City of Sunny Isles Beach Commission, Florida, hereby proclaim August 21st, 2025 as National Senior Citizens Day in the City of Sunny Isles Beach. All right. Do you want to go from up there?
Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, and you're all welcome to come back at 6:30 if you'd like. Oh, well.
For the fireworks.
Normally
Thank
we
you.
don't,
Thank-
but
thank
sure,
you
of
all.
course. Yes, please.
Yeah, I would like to say thank you, our commissioner, everybody. You know, you really make our life easy, better, and something colorful. And additionally, I would like to tell thank you especially to Vice Mayor Alex Lama for his attentive and very careful consideration my request about electric vehicle charger at what is that? Walgreen, yeah, it's Walgreen there. Now it's working and working well. Not sure power because when it shares, it takes a long time to charge vehicle. And just would like to ask you, maybe sometimes you take a look and bring some more charger in our city because electric vehicle now more and more and more.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Thank you
And
very much.
again, thank you very much.
Thank you for
and
coming.
God bless you.
Thank you.
And thank you to Susan
All
too
right.
for helping and the staff.
So,
Yeah.
next item, Marlene.
Yes, we're moving to discussion items. 3A, discussion regarding car carrier parking ordinance.
Okay. City Manager?
Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of the
Could you just
commission.
close the door back there, please? Or is it closed? Thank you.
Mayor, this was something that we've been discussing for a long time now, the issue with the car carriers and the enforcement. I spoke to Commissioner Joseph earlier. We've had reports of one offloading right before this meeting that we're sending parking out. So based on that, we had staff go back and do some research, and we did find that we can create an ordinance and enforce the ordinance. As part of our research, it was determined that the way this city did it was they established some locations where the car carriers could park and be allowed to offload legally. So we've provided to you 3 potential locations, and we're asking for any feedback or discussion you have regarding the locations so that we can bring you back an ordinance based on what you share with us today. So the 3 locations that we've determined are potentially 178th Street between North Bay Road and 179 Drive. Then the 17050 block of North Bay Road in front of Golden Bay Club Condo. And the last one is 16900 block of North Bay Road in front of Intercoastal Yacht Club. So these are just some potential locations. We can have one, none, or you can suggest other locations. But based on the ability to get in and out with these carriers, we also considered the William Lehman, but the ability to access that doesn't make it viable for what we're trying to do with the potential ordinance. So based on this, we're looking for your feedback.
Okay, thank you. Who would like to start?
I'll start.
Go ahead, please.
So, Mr. City Manager, based on the 3 locations that you recommended, which is the easiest for a turnaround? It seems to me that 178th would not be one of those. Over by Rabbi Barron, is that correct? That location is over by that parking area?
I'm going to ask Julio Davila, who's done the research, to give us a little bit more feedback on the specific locations.
Good afternoon, everyone. Julio Davila, Co-Compliance Manager, Mayor, Commission. So these specific locations that we've provided are just more to serve as examples as to where the car carriers could potentially be located. In the ordinance that the city manager was referencing for the town of Palm Beach, they had a huge park or area where they could specifically, they had the luxury to be able to have a place where they could send all these car carriers to per ordinance. Unfortunately, we don't have that luxury here, so we're just trying to find certain locations where the most minimum impact to traffic would be, and also geographically located. That's why there's 3 of them, one of them potentially in the north, or closer to the north, another one to the middle, and to the south of the city.
So my understanding is the carrier that just was coming to 186th Street just a short while ago, they had 6-8 cars. I guess they were looking to drop them off. That they contact the resident would come to wherever they are, they offload the car and they pick up their car, correct? So why can't we have these car carriers do their thing at Hollover?
Well, we can't designate an area outside of our municipality. We could ban car carrier deliveries potentially from being delivered here. Not to say that that's a good idea or not, but we can't really designate an area that we don't have jurisdiction over.
Let me just stop you for a second because I heard a groan from the city attorney.
Yeah, I would not recommend a non-vibrate ban because you're
All right, so do we have any other area that allows for a pull-in and a turnaround that is in city located property but before Hollover? Is there anything like that?
Not that I was able to see, or the term
Over south, just south of Tropicana or somewhere, is there anything like that there's a pull-in?
Not really, no. These are the only areas I could see that would be the most potentially viable. That's why these aren't necessarily recommendations. These are more of just examples because we really would like, your input as, the best representatives of the community and what your constituents might or what you might like to propose
Right.
to the cities, that would, or to staff that would be good areas to look into further. We could definitely look at that if you would like to propose some areas for us to specifically look at.
Well, what are the
And-
negatives regarding underneath the Lehman?
The Lehman, the problem with that is that you can't really go in and pull in and turn around. And we have a lot of different types of vehicles that park there. We have some RVs, recreational
Right.
vehicles for residents. We have some commercial vehicle
Mhm.
parking. We have commercial vehicle parking for one point for like landscapers
Right.
as well. We have parking permits for.
Now,
we
I
have
thought the
contracts with-
landscapers were no longer parking under the
They,
Lehman.
they are not, but what I'm trying to explain is that we do have, a variety of different types of vehicles that park there, and it's not feasible. Even two of the vehicles that we currently have there are the cabs of some of these trailer trucks,
Right.
and just with the cab alone, they have a difficulty maneuvering
Mhm.
inside of that Lehman area.
Okay.
But
Thank
just so that, I want to make sure that before we start talking about locations, is there anyone that's opposed to an ordinance? I don't think so. I think we all support this, correct? Well, go ahead.
I support it, but I have some comments. So
Go ahead.
regarding the designating some of these drop-off locations or unloading locations, I would like to perhaps have a conversation with our police department, see what they suggest as well. And just by seeing these, and obviously, living in the city and living around that area, North Bay Road, I mean, remember, the school kids use that road a lot, and the parents. So when we have the drop-off of those cars, we need to be mindful that they don't happen during school hours, whether it's, start of school or, the school is out. So, but yeah, I would like to have a conversation with our police department and see what ideas they have as well. Just because they are, out patrolling, they see the traffic patterns, and they might know things that we perhaps don't know. Mm-hmm.
You bring up a good point, which is, can we put time restrictions on this?
Yeah, you could set.
So I
you
would like them
can-
delivered between 1 and 3 a.m.
Yeah, we have the potential of
think that's fair.
designating specific locations, specific times.
I think that we're going to have to really look at that, because frankly, 2 of these 3 locations is really one location, okay? And that's that stretch on Puerto Bellagio, between Puerto Bellagio and Plaza of the Americas. Like and they're already delivering there. And I can tell you, I understand why they're doing it, because I agree with you. It's practical. It's a practical place for them to do it. But it's very disruptive. It can be very noisy. And I don't want us to become the parking lot for big trucks to come and deliver cars, which I find car delivery kind of like a little extra, because it's a car. You can literally go farther away and drive it back. You can Uber there, whatever. This is something that has other solutions, And then the other location, I also see cars getting delivered. I mean, they're already being used. So if we're gonna pick a location, personally, one of the things that I like about that part of North Bay Road is that it's broad and that it's very peaceful, and we have a lot of kids, we have a lot of school buses go through there. Yeah, it's nice. So I don't want to encourage trucks, right? But if I also don't want them just showing up wherever they want and us not being able to do anything about it. So I think maybe talking about locations, but also restricting times because I don't want them there at all hours. It's very disruptive. And if they're running the engines, it smells bad, and it can be loud. The engines also can be loud. It takes a very peaceful road and it makes it into something unpleasant. So if we must allow it, because I personally would much rather see it in Hollover for that same reason. right? They have the big space, and it's not far, and you just drive your car back. You're getting a car. You know, you're not like picking up a bunch of boxes, right? You're getting a car, you can drive it back. But obviously, we don't have the authority to do that. If we can have that conversation, I don't know if it was had, if that would be, if we could get permission from the county to do that. But if we must allow it, I would like to see some time restrictions. And personally, I would not want it on North Bay Road, you know, in that stretch. 2 of 3 of the 3 locations. However, it doesn't matter if you tell them this part of the road. If 2 trucks need to be there at the same time, they're going to use the other part of the road. So it's really one location, is what I'm saying. And how would it work? Would they have to schedule what a truck that wants to deliver? How would they know what our restrictions are? How does it normally work?
So, like with most of the ordinances and regulations and things we try to promote in the city, there would be a big campaign, media campaign to let all the residents know and be aware of this new ordinance. Specifically, most of these are being delivered to the east of Collins, so specifically those buildings and the HOAs and their management, making them aware that there's a restriction for these vehicles to only be able to deliver in certain locations, and that there would be potential violations not only to the trucks, citations to the trucks, but there would be a violation to the unit owner that's scheduling and requesting these vehicles for delivery.
But then it becomes the cost of doing business. Because we're going to be restricted on how much that fine can be. And when you're having a Lamborghini delivered and I'm threatening you with a $200 fine, you're going to pay the $200.
So what I found, and those are some of the questions that I kind of asked the town of Palm Beach, how's it working for you, this new ordinance? They seem to have obtained a lot of compliance through
Really?
this ordinance. The way
Maybe
that
I should be more optimistic. Okay.
I mean, we're all unique cities, right? So it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be perfect for us either, but we seem to be one of the only 2 unique cities where we have residents that get vehicles delivered when they come in for a certain period of time to come to their second home or so on. And currently, we've only been able to issue citations to some of the vehicle drivers and no real way of recouping that citation, that cost. It's a little bit different when it's against a property owner. So I think that's probably where they've had some success in Palm Beach.
Oh, so Palm Beach is the other one?
Town of Palm Beach, yeah.
Okay. All right. So I think we should at least try to have something, but like I said, personally, I would hate to see that peaceful road become the place. And I think we should put time restrictions around it.
Commissioner Stewison?
No comment.
So, first of all, I want to say, even though it is incredibly inconvenient, it's a good problem that we have, that we have a very solid economy and that our residents are engaging in getting their cars delivered. So definitely it's a good problem to have to solve. I think that compliance is going to be the issue, because enforcement is, like Commissioner Vizcarra said, is going to be tough. But I think we have to try or to do something. None of these locations are going to be ideal because, for obvious reasons, nobody wants it in front of their building. Do we have any locations in the city that, for instance, are dead ends that are less likely to be a place where you'd have pedestrians or cars driving in and out of? I'm not asking you right now. I'm saying to potentially look at that. And then
I don't understand.
Like I know, for instance, in Golden Shores, right on Atlantic, there's a dead end there that goes towards Collins. So is there an area where they can just park where it's not going to disrupt?
No, but then they can't turn around.
No, we wouldn't want them there.
Well, I'm not saying there. I'm saying maybe there is someplace. I don't know. I'm saying
I just think a dead end is exactly the opposite of a dead end. Is something where they can't turn around. A big truck can't turn around in a dead end.
potentially.
You can find a really wide dead end, I
Well,
guess,
I'm
go
just-
for it, but I don't
my-
think you're gonna find it.
My point is that are there locations where there's not going to be a lot of kids walking around? Because even with, to Vice Mayor's point, the locations on North Bay Road, yes, there's a lot of kids, but Plaza of Americas, there's plenty of kids. And right next to the Intercoastal Towers, the same thing. Does Palm Beach or does anyone charge for them to park? Is that a possibility?
They don't. They don't. They just have the location designated for them. I guess that's part of the.
Well, if you think about it from the point of view of cost of doing business, maybe is there a possibility? Well, I guess, Mr. City Attorney, we can't charge them, correct? Okay. Right. And for the sake of enforcement, what do you foresee as far as needing additional staff to be able to enforce something like this?
No, I believe with our current staff.
Could do it.
Yeah, I mean, we're currently enforcing the car carriers as best we can now. You know, it's just, not very enforceable.
Right. No, I didn't realize that we were not citing the owners of the cars. I didn't realize it was just the
Parking,
the drivers. So
Yeah.
that would be a start. Please go
To be
ahead.
honest, if I hadn't have called in the one that's at 186th Street right now, no one probably would have known for some time. Maybe he would have completed his work and had taken off, in 2 hours if no one drove
Well,
by
I
and
think that
saw
if
it.
we have a mechanism for enforcement and we have something on the books, then residents are more likely to call and say, okay, you need to take care of it. It's going to have to start somewhere. And normally at this point, I know that it's just a few residents that make the calls, Commissioner Joseph being one of them. So, yeah, thank you. I can't give you any direction as far as the locations are concerned. Whatever you come back with after speaking to, whomever it is you want to speak to, whether it be the PD, whether it's the code enforcement officers themselves, we'll listen to it at that point. But no place is going to be the ideal place.
Hence why we're here with you today.
Right. You want us to choose, right? Okay. All right, anyone else? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. City Manager, you have the direction you need?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Perfect. All right, next item.
Item 3B, discussion regarding Florida House Bill 481 and city adoption of anchoring limitations,
Yeah.
derelict vessels.
Please, go ahead.
So I had brought this up several times in the past, but now we have a House bill that gives it some teeth. So I'm hoping, and I see we have 3 representative commissioners on this item. So hopefully we'll have the votes to move it forward and to direct our city attorney to draft something regarding Sunny Isles.
Where'd he go?
He just stepped away.
Okay.
He knew this was coming up.
All right, Mr. City Manager, do you have something to add?
No, I think we've had discussions about this in the past.
Okay.
This has given us a little more ability to do some enforcement. So if it's the will of the commission, then we will move forward with it.
Yeah, if there's a way for us to actually enforce it, I'm in support. Does anyone have anything to add?
It would be an ordinance, actually, that the attorney has to draft. I've already had that discussion with him.
Okay, Vice Mayor?
No, I think I'm in agreement. I mean, whatever we could draft and we could enforce, the better.
This is the item that came, that the commissioner from Miami Beach, there was
Yes.
that he,
Yes.
okay.
Correct.
And so this is, but I guess what confuses me, I didn't have a chance to really dig into it, but it sounded like the way, I read what he sent and it sounded good. So HB, I mean, this is a bill. Is it a law now, or are we looking for it to become a law? Are we,
No, this is now a law, I believe.
okay, but it hasn't been codified, or?
I believe it's it's now codified.
Okay, that's what throws me off.
All right,
But
I
okay.
need to ask the city attorney because I don't know if it was actually signed. So we have to get clarification on that. But I think that you have the support to Mr. City Manager to do whatever it is that we can do to effectuate this. I know that when it was first written, it actually was not inclusive of us, so we wouldn't be able to do anything. But if that's changed, then that would be great. Mr. City Attorney, we missed you.
Sorry.
on this item, do we have confirmation that it has been passed?
Yes, state statute has been passed, that is in place.
And so what's in the statute, we would be able to enforce something like that? It would include us? I understood it, at first it didn't.
It is because it's within the county. I think I spoke to the chief briefly about this a few weeks ago. And each city, because for example, if someone's in Miami Beach and does it for 30 days, they've exceeded their limit, Miami Beach says, you're out.
Mm-hmm.
Then they come to Sunny Isles and start the other 30 days.
Right.
So I believe the plan is to keep track. Each city's going to keep track of the citations or the removal of those vessels so that they can't come to Sunny Isles and then start another 30 days, because it's 30 days within the whole county.
But the
One
30
one
days
second.
doesn't start
One second.
immediately.
So, but is that going to be a county-wide initiative, or it's only based on which cities?
Which cities participate?
Which cities participate? Do we have a list of those cities?
I don't. I think right now we were only in consultation with Miami Beach, but I don't know. The chief would have more information on
Okay.
Do we have the ordinance that Miami Beach adopted?
We have a copy of it. I haven't looked at it complete. All you're doing is basically replicating what the state statute says.
Okay.
So you're just incorporating that in your, right. So you're not exceeding it or you're not going lower. You're just basically replicating what the state is.
So basically,
Understood.
what occurs is if you have a boat that comes and anchors out, our shore patrol has to go and serve them with a notice that your 30 days has started. And from the time they're noticed, that's 30 days, they have to be gone.
Okay.
And if they leave and come back 3 days later,
They can't.
right now they can't? Or
Right.
In a
if
6-month period.
this ordinance passes,
Right now
you
they
can't?
30
can.
days within a 6-month period.
Yes.
Okay,
They can come back in 6 months.
okay,
Right.
all right. Yeah, I'm in favor of it. Like I said, I received and I communicated with the whose name escapes me right now, the commissioner from Miami Beach who wrote us. Who is he?
Three? No.
Can't remember.
Yeah.
Anyway, it sounded like a good thing,
Yes.
so I would support it.
Okay.
Okay.
Next
So-
item.
Item 3C.
Sorry, Mr. City Attorney, for next month, do you think we might have that
Yeah, we should be able to.
for an ordinance? Okay, thank you.
Arlene?
Item 3C, discussion regarding the Sunny Isles Beach K-8 school mural.
Commissioner Joseph?
Yes, okay, so we had this discussion, but it hadn't come back, so I thought this was time for it to come back to exclude the wall across from the school with the consent of RK, which I will speak with. But I wanted to revise our ordinance, our murals ordinance, so that it excludes that wall from the regular ordinance that we have now, that we make an exemption.
You want to change the code? What do you?
I want to change our ordinance so that this wall across from the school would be exempt from any ordinance that we have that restricts murals throughout the city.
But I don't think it's by ordinance. I think it's the code that
Okay, or
restricts it.
code, so to change the code then.
And when we, may I? Sorry.
Yeah, please, go ahead.
When we went through these details before, so I spoke with RK and the school, and they understood, and I think that this is the way that we need to do it. I don't want to create, I don't want to change the code for a wall. I think the way that we would do it is, should RK and the school get it together and formalize an agreement the way they did way back when, but then they said it's only for a year, and then I guess everybody was, well, we'll extend it, but nobody formalized anything, and that's how we ended up where we ended up. So they understand that if they want to go back to doing that, they first need to come to an agreement that they're going to do it, right? Because RK has to sign off on it, and the school has to be willing to do it, right? And then should that happen,
There still
and
has to
correct
be a
me if I'm wrong, I'm
maintenance.
still speaking. Correct me if I'm wrong, city attorney, but we could by resolution create that exemption
No.
if those two parties, so we would need to create, how would that work?
So there's two ways you can do it, and we had gone through this, extensively with planning and zoning, myself, and management. So one, you can't just exempt one wall or one mural. You can't do that in your code. You have to, if it applies for one, it's going to apply to all. The path
Oh,
of
it's a
least,
variance.
right?
It's a
So the
variance,
path of
yeah.
least resistance for you is under your sign ordinance, which technically it falls under. You come in and RK would have to sign off on it because it's his application, it's his property. You come in for a variance, it's an easier variance than your typical variance because it's a sign variance. There's only 3 variables, which are relatively easy to meet. And then once that variance is provided, then you're okay. So that's the easiest and probably the most
Yeah.
expeditious way to do it.
And that's what we talked about then, and for once, that would be a variance I would support. But they have to get it together first.
Correct.
And then
RK
they have to
has
apply for the variance, and they come to us, and we would say, okay. But we don't change the code. Let them come forward if they want to do it.
Okay,
Vice
so
Mayor?
Yes, is this something that the school and RK want to engage in? I mean, have we discussed with RK if they want to continue that?
I will
for
have that
wall to be
discussion,
a
so
mural?
before next month, I can have, give our city attorney plenty of time to prepare what he needs to.
He
Well,
would
then
only have
there's
to
nothing to
prepare it
prepare.
if RK and the school come forward and ask for a variance.
Right, so what the process would be that RK would have to submit an application for the variance to staff, to planning and zoning, and then it would go through our normal process. And that variance would come before you at a meeting.
My question is, does anybody know if RK wants to do this? Yes or
I
no?
actually had a conversation with him, and he'll be okay with it.
It'll
Yeah.
be okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He said if the senior citizens or whoever bring the ordinance, he will sign it. It will not cost him anything. And he was very sad when it was painted out. And
But RK painted it.
I'm
No?
sorry?
Who was sad when it was painted?
Okay. Yeah, I had
Yeah.
a meeting with all of them, with the family.
Yeah, no, I spoke
Yeah,
with
yeah,
all the
exactly.
parties too, but
Exactly. So he will say that, of course, if it doesn't cost him anything, he's okay with providing the area for the kids to display their art. So they never had an issue with the wall. Also, we spoke during that period of time with the principal and one of the art teachers, and same thing. They would like to continue the program. And the senior citizens, that the ones that they were funding the program, they were okay, continue funding as well the program. So everybody was okay.
And maintain it.
If anything, the next step was for whoever, us, the community, the city, whoever, prepare the package of the ordinance, and RK will sign it, and the senior citizens will continue funding. I'm
Right.
talking on behalf of them from that
Yes.
conversation I had back in the days,
Correct.
which I am pretty confident that nothing had changed. So that's when we have all this storm, that was the conversation I had with all the parties. Yeah.
Right. And that's why
But
I'm
let
moving it
let
forward.
city
Yeah,
attorney
it
speak.
wouldn't be an ordinance again, it would be, so the application needs to come from RK. The city can't prepare anything for them. They would have to actually make the request, submit the documentation, and go through that process for us to do. We can't do that for them.
Okay,
So we will move it forward.
all right.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Next
exactly.
item, please.
Item 3D, discussion regarding the relocation of Queen Palms trees.
Yes, okay. So around Tony Roma's, there happens to be several queen or king palms, wherever they are. They're younger trees, but they're marked with X's. And usually, and my understanding is, an X means that the tree is going to be cut down. Those are younger trees, from my experience, and they can be transplanted. I know that we removed on North Bay Road over by Porto Bellagio several trees that I believe the city, because they removed them for reasons, I believe there was a responsibility for their dying, that these could be replaced over there. It's just a matter of having them removed properly and transplanted. Since Visualscape is the city's landscaper and also Porto Bellagio's, it shouldn't be an issue.
Anyone have any questions?
No.
I'm a little bit confused. Which trees are we talking about? The ones that are right across from here? Okay.
Yeah.
And they're going to be cut down?
Yes.
They're going to be removed? And so
They're going to be removed.
all right. So just so I have an understanding of our tree ordinance, 'cause I imagine that we ourselves have to follow our own
Yes.
process for permitting when
Yes.
we remove a tree. How does that work?
So the plan is that we're going to increase landscaping in the front.
Mm-hmm.
These particular trees, they're towards the end of their life cycle. We also have had issues with the uplifting of the pavers around the trees.
Right.
So the cost, we did assess the cost of the potential to transplant the trees,
Mm-hmm.
and it would cost us between $47,000 to $50,000 to transplant the trees.
Okay. I'm not in support of that.
Each tree is how much? A new tree to purchase?
Mayor?
Yes, please.
So to purchase a new tree would be approximately $2,500 for 6 to 8 board height for the tree.
Right.
About $2,500 each.
Mm-hmm.
And then the cost of planting a new tree.
Right. Okay. But in any regard, what was the plan for Porto Bellagio at this point to replace their trees?
Go ahead, Mr. City Manager.
That's up to Porto Bellagio. I don't, yes.
That's not, that wasn't in the, in your proposal to them when the trees were removed?
No, there was
I
a
remember there was a whole to-do
Mm-hmm.
that the city had some responsibility for the trees dying in the first place.
Okay, I think we're going off the
Well-
topic right now. So unless the city manager remembers exactly what we're talking about, 'cause I don't.
We had several meetings.
No, I understand that, but this wasn't on the agenda, so I want to stay true to the agenda. Okay. Next item?
Item 3E, discussion regarding
So how is
adaptive.
that left? That the trees are going to be cut down?
Correct, unless there is support from the commission to spend the $40,000 to move them?
Because these, if anyone looks at these trees, these look like, how long have these trees been in the, over by Tony Roma since, you know, the age of these trees?
27 years?
No. These, you could look at these trees and these are not old trees.
All right. But either way, unless we have support from the commission to move them, I don't think that, I think
Well,
it's
the
moot.
commission needs to have correct information in order to make an accurate decision.
All right, so we did move on to the next item, but just for clarification, it would cost approximately $40,000 to move them?
Our estimate is between $47,000 to $50,000
Okay,
to
so members
transplant
of the
them.
commission, does anyone would like to continue this conversation in support of that?
No,
No.
I don't know
No.
enough
Okay,
about it, and
so-
I think one of them is.
All right,
Cutting
so,
trees.
Jerry,
Yeah.
you don't have the support, I'm sorry. Let's move on to 3E. You'll have support for this.
Okay, so 3E is where I brought up previously that and it was a great thing we did with the Adaptive Beach Day, but previously it was brought up to give disabled people more access to the beach itself. So I understand with the turtles and all, but there are beach carpets that we have that we can lay out. I'm hoping 2 or 3 times a week in order to, and we have the wheelchairs and all. How many wheelchairs do we have?
One
Several?
per
Mhm.
lifeguard station.
So I would like to see at least 2 or 3 times a week for disabled people to be able to have access to the waterfront.
Okay, so could you just be a little bit clearer what you mean as far as the,
We have our beach patrol, we have plenty of city employees that are able to lay out these carpets that go to the shoreline.
I think we investigated this before because we did all support this, but by law, we cannot.
Well,
In
we
fact,
can-
what we currently have, I think
We
is,
can
let me-
address
let-
the county.
let me
and
ask the city
bypass that, I
manager.
believe.
I'm going to ask Deputy City Manager to provide just an overview of the beach mats because we have looked into it extensively.
For years now.
Yes, we did. We had a consultant reach out to DEP and provided a report that I believe we shared with all of you about how
The
far we could
elevation of the
go.
sand.
Right, it wasn't
Right.
close enough.
It's 10 feet from our property line.
Right.
Is how far we can extend that beach mat. I believe what Commissioner Joseph is suggesting is that we have somewhere stored extra mat
Correct?
that we roll out on a temporary basis and bring back like on a daily or, like
2 or
not
3 times a
permanent.
week, yes.
So we're allowed to keep it out permanently 10 feet from the property line, which is what we have at Sampson Oceanfront
Mhm.
Park. Anything further would have to be taken up
Temporary. Yes, correct,
on the same day.
right. But it still achieves the goal.
Okay, do we own these mats?
We do not, we do own a couple, like 2 more mats that we used for city anniversary party. But, and we use them also for the adaptive beach day. But
So-
it takes a long time you have to get the county to come and smooth the sand first,
Right.
roll out the mat, secure it, and then roll it back up. They're very heavy. It's very labor intensive.
Yeah, my concern is the liability and the cost associated with it. However, if there is a way, obviously I'd like to know how much resources it would take. But Vice Mayor, you look like you need to ask a question.
Yeah, so based on the conversations and the people that Kat introduced us to at Miami Beach and I think one was the consultant, right? Can you
Yes.
just remind me if those conversations are still ongoing or what was the final outcome, if there is a final outcome? Yeah.
There is not.
Yeah.
There are a couple of different municipalities and groups, counties that are advocating to the state level with DEP to be able to have something more permanent. A lot of it is happening more on the West Coast. I think
Okay.
on the East Coast was only Miami Beach. And so far, they have not been able to make any headway.
Okay, all right.
Well, I'd like to see us add our voice.
Well, we are in conversations with them. I mean, we spoke with Miami Beach and we're tracking what's going on at the state level as well. Yeah.
Well, but if we're tracking
Kat
and
was
we're
able
not,
to
and we're not
introduce us
being
to a couple
aggressive
people.
in our own rights, I would like to see us be more aggressive in our own rights.
Yeah, I think there's overall support to continue this conversation. But obviously there's costs associated with it. So I want to be mindful of that because that day was amazing. But how much did that cost?
Yeah,
And are we
it takes
really in a
resources.
position to be able to continue doing that? And then what else happens when we start putting out mats? What other responsibilities do we have? We need to have the full picture, but I do think that this is something that we should continue to push for. So I agree with Commissioner Joseph.
So we
Yeah.
can look into this and bring something back to you.
Please.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
even if it's not like a couple of days a week, so far, right, we were able to have the adaptive beach day, which in itself was its own thing. But maybe it's, depending on what it is, right? Maybe it's something like a smaller scale thing where you can say, on the 3rd Thursday of the month, you're gonna have this extra thing, or, you know what I'm saying?
Something like that, yeah.
Something, where we can plan for it, but again, we have
I'm
to
sorry,
coordinate
someone
with the
having a
county and
conversation?
whatnot. So,
Sir? Hello? I can't see you.
all right.
Yeah.
Huh?
And that's-
Марк, ты можешь пойти на улицу, пожалуйста? Мы тебя слышим.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So-
Commissioner Viscara, I cut you off.
No, I was just saying that I like the spirit of it, but I think we have to know what we're talking about, right? So, keep it on the burner, you know?
Yeah, okay.
I mean, Matt, I would just like to start, I think the first step is to have a long mat in the north end of the city and the long mat in the south end of the city. And then
I
from
mean, to
that
connect
point,
them, like a beach walk?
no.
No, the same one as in Sampson, but that
Yeah,
goes back
yeah,
to,
same
to
as
what
in
we
Samsung.
discussed
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then, try to achieve that and then see what other things perhaps we could add as well.
We had a company at one time that wanted, Aquapor, that wanted to use Sunny Isles as a test city with concrete, but now they've actually moved further ahead. They're actually using LA as their test city rather than Sunny Isles for their porous concrete. So that
I
was
wanna be like
unfortunate.
LA. All right, so Deputy Manager, I think that you have the support. Okay. Commissioner Joseph, you're on a roll. Next item.
Yes, okay, so the next item we have is, okay, so it was brought to my attention that on 100 and, I guess Atlantic, right outside of City Hall and south towards the Jules Trump garage, county buses are sitting for extended periods of time spewing their diesel fumes, and to the notice of residents all around that area. And that's something that I would like to have stopped. That I spoke with the city manager. He said that in order to bring back some additional service to the city, that there was a deal made that the bus drivers would have a resting spot in our city. I would have not agreed to having them running their vehicles, but I know they need to run them for air conditioning. But maybe we can have electric buses there on that route if they have to stop for 20 minutes at a time rather than diesel buses.
Mr. City Manager, I actually also noticed the buses, and it was concerning to me, but what control do we have, if any, to request an electric vehicle be used as a bus for our municipality?
Yes, Mayor. So if you recall the history, a while back, the county had changed a bus route that affected some of our residents, that caused them to have to walk further. So we met with the county, and as part of the discussion, they agreed to reinstate the route, but they requested that we include a temporary bus stop as a rest stop for their buses,
Right.
the bus drivers, which we agreed to, which is this area out here behind City Hall.
Right.
So we did some ridership numbers. We have approximately 30 residents per day that use this particular bus route of our residents. So I'm concerned our initial discussions with them, with the county, is that, they would look into it further and work with us. They are low emission buses. We did confirm that. Electric is not an option. They have some issues with electric buses there now. And they're going to request and get additional information about the potential of shutting the buses off. But I believe because of the air conditioning, I don't know if that's an option, but we are looking into it. So right now, yes, it is there, and it is a low emission bus. So I'm concerned about trying to eliminate that or move it, that it may affect the bus routes, which would affect some of our residents. But I will say that we're waiting for more information back from them about the potential of turning the buses off as they're here resting.
Okay.
And that's for 20 minutes at a time, 2 buses at least
Yeah.
throughout the day.
I've seen them.
So it's quite a bit of fumes.
Okay.
May I add something?
Please, go ahead.
It's a little off topic, but it has to do with buses and the county. So there's some bus benches that are not covered. And I've spoken to a couple of residents that would like to see if those that are not covered could be covered. And that's pretty much it.
Okay.
So we could talk to the county about that. I appreciate it.
And also, when those agreements are made, I believe we, the commission, should be voting on those, or at least be informed. So maybe should not be having this discussion right now if we knew that the city has gotten into some kind of agreement with the county for this specific issue.
Please go ahead.
The genesis for the buses was the direction of the commission to try and reinstate the bus route. So that's why we came to the agreement that we did. Can certainly eliminate the agreement, but they cannot guarantee the bus route.
No, we don't want to do that at all. Yeah, if anything, we want to bring it back how it used to be. Yeah.
Okay, I think that if you can let us know by next month if they're able to turn them off.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, Commissioner Joseph, your
Yes.
last item.
Okay, so I've had numerous contacts regarding 177th Drive, where several cats have been run over lately. They're speeding, and this is a terrific area to have some traffic calming, either speed bumps or something else. Also, possibly our police department can have a watch over there to see what's going on, because residents are telling me that besides the cats being run over, it's unsafe to walk over there after dark, that they're afraid to get run over themselves.
Go ahead.
What area specifically are you
It's
talking
over
about?
by a villa just south of it's over where you have that triangle.
I
over
believe it's
where-
where we have the drainage well issue that was the emergency repair that we had just talked about on
Yes,
Tuesday.
in that area.
Yes, that same road,
Mhm. Correct.
just west of Temple B'nai Zion.
Yes,
And before St. Mary Magdalene.
Correct.
Right there.
yes, on that back road.
I will confer with the chief on that. And then as far as the speed humps, I spoke with Susan about it. We're in with the county, waiting on some feedback from them, but we're pending.
Okay, if that street can be considered for one, that would be great.
Okay. Please
I'd like
go
to
ahead.
do a plug-in.
A plug?
All right, a
Okay.
plug. Yeah, so I will be hosting a town hall meeting on September 4th from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Mayra helped me organize this. And the subject of this is basically, simple mind-body practices to release stress and boost mood. And we will have Mari Jaramillo Manja. She'll be our guest speaker. She's the Outpatient Behavioral Health Center Clinical Director of Mount Sinai Medical Center. So she'll be just, teaching us different techniques on how to manage stress, better our mood, etc. So it'll be a great town hall, and it's open to all ages, from
Where
young
is-
adults to seniors.
Where is it going to
Where
be?
is this?
It's going to be at Gateway Center, September 4th, from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. And we're going to have an expert that is going to talk to us about how to release stress and better our mood or boost our mood.
Perfect.
So everybody's welcome.
Thank you,
And
Vice Mayor.
Wait, before one more thing, as long as we're plugging.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned Myra. So I did want to thank Myra because the Adaptive Beach Day was really a great success, and we went through several organizations. But it took us a while, but she did all the legwork, and I think she deserves some recognition for that.
Yes,
Or a lot
thank
of
you.
recognition
Yes,
for that.
very
So
nice.
good job.
Okay, so meeting adjourned. Hope to see all of you in the audience back here at 6:30.